What if I told you that one of the best sneaking weapons in Fallout 76 wasn't even a commando weapon? Yeah, let's talk about that. As you may have guessed from the thumbnail and the first clip, the weapon I'm going to be talking about today is the Holy Fire. And this roll on the Holy Fire is the one that comes based on the weapon, so even better. It's easily accessible to everybody in the game. If you don't have one, you could probably find it at somebody's vendor for a couple thousand caps, and you're on your way to having one of the best weapons in the game, right out the gate. So, some important things to note. The Flamer does fire damage. This is different from energy damage, so as such, it will not benefit from the science perks, which give you bonus energy weapon damage. So don't use those if you're using this weapon. On the other side of things, it does benefit from the heavy gunner perks. So any perk that works for heavy guns should work for the Holy Fire. For testing in this video, I will be having my health at the Nerd Rage threshold. However, I do not have a bloodied weapon, so that will make very little difference in my damage output as compared to actually having a bloodied weapon. If I changed my Holy Fire to actually be a bloodied weapon, my damage would go through the roof, so just know that it would be even better if I was bloodied. I am using follow through and covert operative to buff my sneak damage, so if you don't have those on, I'd probably put those on because this is a sneak build after all. On top of not having a bloodied Holy Fire, I also want to point out that I'm using commando perks and not heavy gunner perks. So the damage potential here is at the very bare minimum, so there is a lot of room for improvement, so just judge off the gameplay how much better this weapon would be if I did put those perks on. Sneaking around here in West Tech, you can see that I am remaining in caution, even while using a heavy gun. So the reason for this is that some weapons are classified as loud, and others are classified as silent. So even though this is a flamer, it's classified as a silent weapon, which, you know, in realistic terms doesn't make any sense whatsoever, as flamethrowers in real life are extremely loud. But this is Fallout, so it's not to be taken too seriously. The Holy Fire is just putting down everything within just a couple of shots. This thing is extremely disgusting. Even on these level 100 Sturmians, they don't stand any chance against this flamer, even as a vampire's variety and not even a bloodied weapon. This thing just absolutely cooks, no pun intended. If you're in sneaking or if you're non-sneaking, it just does a lot of damage. I do want to note that in one of the recent update posts from Bethesda, they did note that heavy weapons are going to have their AP cost reduced. I'm not sure when this is going to drop. My guess is sometime with the next update next season, so maybe sometime in December. The Flamer also happens to be one of the most ammo efficient weapons in the game, with you often spending less ammo to kill something than you get in return from the contextual ammo pickup. In this clip, for example, I started with around 2200 fuel, and I ended with around 2300 fuel, by looting very few bodies along the way. So it's just one clear of West Tech, I got about 100 extra ammo by looting very few bodies. So you can just imagine if you spent all day using this thing, how much extra ammo you'd pick up without actually ever trying to do that. So going ahead and checking our damage over 1 mag and 2 mag, it takes around 7 seconds to empty the first mag, and when you count that time plus the reload in between, the second mag takes around 17.64 seconds. Over the course of 1 magazine, I did a total of 53,500 damage, and over the course of 2 magazines, 107,000 damage. Putting those numbers into DPS terms, over 1 mag that is a DPS of 7,643, and over 2 mags that's a DPS of 6,066. Again, this is using the bare minimum. The only buff I really have going on here is the adrenal reaction, but even then that's not that much damage. I believe it's around maybe 20%. I can't remember exactly. It's a great weapon. I really can't say much more about it. It slaps in pretty much any activity. Anyways, that's all I have to say about the Holy Fire. It's a very good weapon, and I recommend everybody use it. Even if you are a heavy gunner or commando, it doesn't matter. You can just slap this thing on, even if no perk cards, and still do a lot of damage. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you guys next time.